Hello and welcome back to Quarterlight. Quarterlight, if you don't know, is a small YouTube channel looking at car brochures from around the world. Today we'll be looking at the DAF 33 brochure, and this one's from the UK. So the DAF 33 was a small saloon car built by DAF in the Netherlands between 1967 and 1974. It was a successor to the DAF Daffodil, although in reality it wasn't really a huge change from the DAF Daffodil. But there is a little bit of a brochure review on the DAF Daffodil, and I'll put a bit of a link up there somewhere. But anyway, let's have a look at this brochure and see what we can see, and we'll take it from there. So there we go, the DAF 33. I did start this video as introducing it as a saloon car, although there was more to the DAF 33 than that. You could also have it as a van, a combi, a pickup. So if we open this particular brochure up, we can see a nice image of this very useful van. Handy, spacious, nimble and safe. Various images, and we can fold it still further and it'll show us the pickup version, and then this very handy combi, which they refer to it. The combi basically is the van with this extra window in and an extra seat that you can fold away. So a very useful multifunctional vehicle really. If we go back to the saloon and we open this up, we can see a very attractive DAF 33. I do think it's a very attractive design, very cute design. I can see why they did sell. So the DAF 33 for carefree motoring. Take a good look at the DAF 33. It's as tough and trustworthy as they come. It's the only big, small car that offers generous accommodation for four, full luggage space, and the ease of fully automatic, infinitely variable transmission as standard. Yet, of course, DAF famous for the CVT transmissions. It's the simplest car in the world to drive. It offers many of the features and accommodation of much more expensive cars. So really showing it as a great little cheap, easy to drive vehicle. This particular brochure is kind of like a brochure style, a poster style brochure. First showing this nice little Dutch scene of the car and a couple of little people in the 70s, and then it folds to show the top half of that, to give some nice little images of the car, showing its great luggage space. What I think is a very attractive interior. Got to apologise for this little guy, it's not very PC, so I do apologise there. We can't really help some of the images that are seen in these early brochures, I'm afraid. It goes on to say the DAF 33 is economical in so many ways. Some owners achieve as much as 50 miles per gallon on regular grade petrol. Basically saying that you probably won't get 50 miles per gallon, but it is possible. It needs no greasing, no antifreeze, and servicing intervals are as long as 3,300 miles, so easy on your pocket. So again, saying cheap to buy, cheap to run. It says now introducing a 12 volt electrical system for even greater reliability. 1972 they brought out the 12 volt system. Previously it was introduced as a 6 volt. This brochure is probably from 72 when they've just introduced that 12 volt system. And finally, on the back page of this brochure is the specification page, as it is on the combi. So we'll have a look at those two brochures, some of the specifications, and we've also got a bit of a price list to look at as well. So there we go, we zoom into the specification page, and of course if you need to, just freeze this screen and have a look through some of them details yourself if you're interested. The picture is very interesting. The top one is showing that very interesting twin belt CVT system, and then the engine and the car itself. As we look down the specifications, we've got the dimensions and weights, we've got the performance. It's saying the maximum speed is also the cruising speed, so that's 70 miles per hour. Acceleration 0 to 50 in around about 17 seconds, so certainly not a fast car by any stretch of the imagination. Fuel consumption, it's saying between 40 and 50, and maintenance restricted to oil changes, no lubrication points. The engine itself is a 4-stroke, horizontally opposed twin, max output 32 brake horsepower. And he goes on to say it's a 746cc engine that's forced air cooled. Later on we've got the clutch, which is showing as an automatic 2-stage. Transmission, of course, is that very clever CVT system. Front suspension, steering gear, brakes, wheels, electrical system. Like I say, it's now got the 12-volt system on here. Then it talks about the general equipment. There is 2 models, the standard model and the deluxe model. So it's showing the extra few extras on that deluxe model. Things like trimmed wheel arches, 2 ashtrays, grab handles, etc. It's only little basic extras, but there is that deluxe version you can have as well. At the bottom here, it's showing DAF Motors, the UK, because this is the UK brochure, of course, although it does say it's printed in Holland. So this is then the specifications for the DAF 33 van combi pickup brochure that we looked at earlier on. Similar sort of information. One of the interesting things on here, if we look at the electrical system, and of course you can pause this to look at it in more detail, of course, but if we look at the electrical system, it is using the 6-volt system on this one. So this is an earlier brochure, must have been before 1972, although it doesn't seem to have a specific date on. Possibly 68, I'm not sure. And then it's got the general equipment on there as well. So this again is the price list, and you can pause this if you want, because it also shows what equipment each model got. So we have got the 33 base model called the Comfort and the 33 Deluxe model. It tells you what models, what equipment they've got on it. At the bottom it shows the price. So the base 33 was £790. The deluxe version was £825. This particular price list is issued on September 1972. So you can see at this time there's lots of different DAFs you could get. You get the 33, the 44, various 66s, and the 33 van, of course. The 33 van was £725. So there we go, the DAF 33, a very clever small car really for the time. The successor was the DAF 44, although we saw that price list that was being sold at the same time. DAF, of course, eventually being sold off to Volvo. It was a difficult time to be a small car manufacturer. There's lots of competition, and of course that CVT transmission was good and bad in a way. You know, it was great, very easy car to drive. There wasn't really many small cars that had a nice little automatic. Everything was manual, unless you got much larger cars. So it was a very good little transmission, although at the same time it would have put some people off as well. Volvo eventually buying out, like I say, probably only really interested in that CVT transmission. But thank you so much for watching Course Light today. There'll be many more brochure review videos coming very soon, so please do subscribe. So for now, we'll say take care and goodbye.